are going camping. We need clothing, tent, and supplies for 4 nights and 5 days. It may be cold up there in the mountains, or it might be warm. We are going on a working vacation with the Los Padres Forest Association, who is organizing this volunteer project. Is that an espresso machine? What a beautiful day. We are going to pick up Rich, who will be the volunteer chef, and I will be his helper. We're all packed up and ready to go. We've been watching the weather reports, and yes, this is rain. We're not turning back though, because you never know how it will be in the microclimates of the backcountry. We are going way out there on the right under that big dark cloud. Jason Beckstrand of the Los Padres Forest Association is organizing this event.
During our working vacations, we get a group of volunteers from multiple different user groups like equestrians, mountain biking, hiking, backpacking, trail running, and we bring them out to do trail maintenance. And part of our theme for the working vacation is to provide food for these workers during the day. And
excuse me, Jason. Look at the deer ahead on the right. Wow. Look at those deer. A mama doe and 2 fawns.
Which one was it? I think the fawns were fairly good size.
Let me get closer.
That one is hiding in the bushes. Munchy, munchy.
so what I like about it is getting out with a group of good friends, new people, meeting people, helping to open up the trails.
This Los Padres National Forest are the mountains which parallel the ocean in central California. It goes from sea level to almost 9,000 feet in elevation.
Ooh, slipping and sliding. Whoa.
Oh. Mud just came flying in the window.
Well, here we are at Bluff Camp. It's dry. We came a day early to get things set up.
Okay, let's start schlepping our stuff over there.
This is where the Forest Service workers stay when they are working in the area. The cabin has hot running water, a kitchen, and a 6-bed bunk room.
Well, my basic connection with the trails is I hike and ride my bike on the trails, so I want to make sure the trails are in good shape. This time, however, I'm not doing so much trail work as I'm cooking for the bunch. So I bought all the food, planned the menu, bought the food, and I'm getting help to do the cooking. It's just personal satisfaction, which is probably the most important payment, I think.
Arriving are about 24 volunteers coming and going over the course of 5 days.
Nice to meet you too.
What's your name?
Lori.
Yeah, you know, the last time I saw you, you were shaving over at the mirror over.
Longtime friends and acquaintances are renewed and past adventures re-examined.
We gave up on that, and right before you get there, we crossed the creek.
Oh.
This middle section, the blue, that's really the major work that needs to get done. There's a lot of rows, a lot of down smaller trees.
This time volunteers are working on the Grapevine Trail, if you know where that is.
This marker right
In the Los Padres, we've got such a wonderful system of trails. It was created probably over hundreds, if not thousands of years, and it's important now because the Los Padres has the least human habitation that it's ever had, certainly in hundreds of years, and there's a lot less traffic on the trail, so it's important to keep them open, because keeping them open makes them usable, and having them usable allows people to come back and go backpacking, have a good time, and thereby keeping the trails open and getting enthusiastic about it and so forth. It's sort of a self-perpetuating situation.
The trails need a lot of work, so it's just a good excuse to be out in the wilderness. I like the physical activity, and I like just being in the mountains and the views and the smells, and I like getting off by myself sometimes, and I like sharing it with other people sometimes. I seem to be, I don't know, it seems like I'm better at being outdoors than I am at a lot of other things. So I enjoy that.
I just love being outside, and I love that we get to come somewhere and do something, and my kids get a sense of community service, and it adds a purpose to the trip, which is fun, to have a little mission, something to do.
And
What do you do, Aiden? What are you doing today?
I like to saw and do trail work and play in the dirt and dig.
I've been exploring and hiking the chaparral and the Los Padres backcountry since I was 5 years old. For me, it's important to get children out here, even scouts, get away from the hassles of today's life and the computer games and the video games and all the distractions, the plug-in drugs that they have, and just kind of get back to nature and watch them explore, see something new.
Yeah, that was the result of a fire we had called the Zaka fire. That was about 7 years ago. After that fire, I was part of a group called the Light Hikers, and we were tasked by the Forest Service as volunteers to assess all the trails and the damages. We came back with GPS cameras, submitted all the information, and that in turn was put to Washington, and one of the districts, as a result of our inventories back there, got $600,000, so I feel like I'm really contributing in that way.
When the Zaka fire came through, the trail's regrowth of the plants had actually sprout up on the trail tread and sprout up all around, the outside of the trail, and it's coming back at a fast, quick rate. So the trails out here really need help and need a lot of support from volunteer groups.
Volunteer groups such as the Los Padres Forest Association, the Santa Barbara Mountain Bike Trail Volunteers, the Montecito Trails Foundation, the Multi-Use Trails Coalition, the Sierra Club, Santa Barbara County Hikers, and there's others.
The South Fork of the
Might you be interested in participating with us? Or perhaps you would like to volunteer in a shorter day project.
Getting a good bed of coals in there now.
Isn't that great?
There was
Just contact any of these trail user organizations in Santa Barbara. We would love to have you join us. New discoveries abound.